Hello, you're welcome to a new series, Business Lessons from the Bible. The Bible is not just a religious book, it's a manual for life. Basic information before leaving Earth is the most effective book we need on earth. All through this series, we'll be sharing tips and principles from the Bible that can help enhance our businesses. Stay through and you will be glad you did. Hi, you're welcome to yet another session on our series, Business Lessons from the Bible. This morning, I'll be reading from John 1 from verse 20 to 23. Quickly, the Bible talks about the Jewish leaders in Jerusalem sent priests and temple helpers to ask John who he was. He told them plainly, "I'm not the Messiah." Then, when they asked him if he were Elijah, he said, "No, I'm not." And when they asked if he were the prophet, he also said, "No." Finally, they said, "Who are you then?" "We have to give an answer to the ones who sent us. Tell us who you are." John answered in the words of the prophet Isaiah, "I am only someone shouting in the desert, 'Get the road ready for the Lord.'" John was clear as to who he was. My question to you today, on that path of your business, what's your brand identity? What do you say that you are? Even at some point in time, Jesus called his disciples and said, "Who do men say that I am?" A time comes where you need to take a deep look at your brand and say, how are we doing? Who are we in the industry? So when we read this Bible, let's not always see it as a religious book. It's a book for life. Imagine if John the Baptist saw himself as a competitor to Jesus, but he was clear as to who he was in the industry. He understand who Jesus was, understand who he was. In every industry, there are the major players, there are the mid-level players, and there are those who are just coming up. At every point in time, you are in one of those levels. You must know it. And you know who to rub shoulders with, and you know who to collaborate with, you know who even to learn from, so you don't just fight some fights that are not necessary. So let me share these few tips that I believe could help you. At every point in time, you must take a look at your industry. Identify the core players, identify the big players. And secondly, identify where you fit in the industry per time. So you know not to waste your energy on some things. So you know not to fight the people you should be collaborating with. You need not fight people you should be learning from. And in reality, there's really no basis for competition, especially competition that has that person who is doing the same thing that you're doing. Your competition should always be on how you can be better represented, better perceived in the hearts of your customers, not necessarily fighting the next person only in the market. Then when you identify the big players in the industry, identify where you fit in, then you know whether you need to collaborate, sometimes to just sit down and learn from them. Once you decide that, position yourself where you think you are and determine your pathway to getting to where you want to be. Then put in all of your energy to doing what you need to do to be who you have to be in your industry. Have a lovely day. Let's do this again tomorrow. Thank you.